The commies are at it again, developing atomic capabilities. General Stavros has a Siberian informant who knows where the Soviet atomic processing facilities are hidden. Stavros insists on going to meet him, personally. Stubborn old mule thinks he's a damn field agent. Yeah. Damn. The Soviets must have gotten wind of the Stavros meeting. Intel received word of a large Soviet force moving to intercept. I told Stavros he'd get himself killed playing these spy games. Help him out any way you can. Once the old mule's back, use the information he's got and find and destroy the Red's atomic operations. Nukes, bases, convoys, everything. Kick those commies out of Siberia. For me.
"20 minutes remaining. Building.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Repairing.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds. Unit ready. Building.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Our base is under attack. Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative.
Repairing. Unit
Yes,
ready.
sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Our base is under attack. Building.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged.
On hold. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Unit
Yes, sir.
prepared.
Acknowledged. Vehicle report. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Ready and waiting. Ready and green.
Our base is under attack.
Reporting. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. Waiting order. Acknowledged.
Prepared.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready. Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
10 minutes
Affirmative.
remaining.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost. Unit ready. Building.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit
Vehicle
ready.
reporting. Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Yes, sir. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Affirmative.
Cannot deploy here.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Vehicle report. Affirmative. Vehicle report. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Vehicle acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Building.
Yes, sir?
Repairing. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir?
Unit
Affirmative.
repaired.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir? Awaiting order.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Building.
Acknowledged.
Warning, 5
Acknowledged.
minutes remaining.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Insufficient
Acknowledged.
funds.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir? Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Warning, 4 minutes remaining.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged.
Warning, 3
Affirmative.
minutes remaining.
Yes, sir?
Our base is under attack. Building.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building. Warning,
Yes,
2
sir.
minutes
Affirmative.
remaining.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Our base
Waiting
is
order.
under attack.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Prepared.
Reporting. Agreed.
Unit
Yes, sir.
ready. Building. Warning, 1 minute
Yes, sir.
remaining.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost. Our base is under
Reporting.
attack.
Acknowledged.
Convoy approaching.
Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit
Reporting.
lost.
Awaiting order. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Our base is under attack. Repairing.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit repaired.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Training. Training.
Vehicle acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Building.
Awaiting affirmative. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Awaiting order. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Vehicle. Affirmative.
Convoy approaching.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Repairing.
Affirmative.
Building. Unit repaired.
Awaiting order. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Repairing. Unit ready. Building.
Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit prepared.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Convoy approaching. Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Reporting. Yes, sir.
Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Building. Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost. Soviet reinforcements have arrived. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Soviet reinforcements have arrived. Soviet reinforcements
Yes,
have
sir.
arrived. Our base
Reporting.
is under attack.
Acknowledged.
Unit
Awaiting
ready.
affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Awaiting orders.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost. Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost. Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Building. Repairing. Unit ready. Building. Unit
Reporting.
prepared.
Affirmative.
Repairing. Repairing.
Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Yes, sir.
ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building. Unit
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
on hold. Cancel.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Convoy approaching.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting orders.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting orders.
Preparing. Unit ready. Building.
Reporting. Affirmative. Very well. Agreed.
Insufficient funds.
Awaiting orders.
Unit repaired.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Reporting.
Unit
Yes, sir.
lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Reporting.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Reporting. Very well. Yes, sir.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Convoy approaching.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Our base
Affirmative.
is under attack. Unit
Ready and
ready.
acknowledged.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Repairing. Repairing.
Reporting.
Unit ready. Building. Unit repaired.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative.
Convoy approaching. Unit ready. Unit lost.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir?
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Waiting.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Convoy approaching.
Awaiting orders.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Building.
Vehicle acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Ready and
Building.
waiting.
Mission accomplished.